Good morning, seventh grade. Happy Tuesday. It's a beautiful spring morning here in Idaho. I don't remember the last time I actually filmed one of these on the morning of pod, so that's fun. And I'll try to speak up, but there's a few people still sleeping in my house, so let's get through this thing, all right? As spring comes, this is like a yearly thing that I have to remind you guys. Those track high jump pits and long jump pits and any other kind of pits or track equipment that's out there is not for us. Stay off those pits. Hey, especially like pole vault standards and things, there's some danger there. So any kind of stuff that just showed up for track, it's for track. It's not for recess. All right. Over the last few weeks, for some reason, manners have been on my mind. I've had some people get in trouble almost, and they said, "Wow, it was an accident," and talked to them about their reaction after the thing happened, and there seemed no immediate apology or excuse me or anything like that. So, think about yourself. If you're walking down the hallway and someone bumps you, and they just keep walking. What are you going to assume, right? And so I think that you probably have been taught this before by parents, but those are very powerful words made by strong people. Weak people are the ones that, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to, whatever. Okay. So that's an important part of manners. Please, thank you, certainly. But excuse me. I'm sorry. My bad. Also important. Sources of Strength campaign number 2, which is called Belong, should be happening right now. There's some of the art is up in the library. I believe you've been filling out some of your own information on that too, a handprint, and then we should be able to get those hung very soon. And what was interesting, I've seen pictures of something similar online. It could look pretty cool. So, and remember, the idea behind that is everybody has a place here. No matter what individual differences or feelings you may have of feeling isolated or left out, we want you to feel, and we'll try everything we can to make you feel like you belong. And that's we, including students. Okay. If you're a student leader here or you feel like you could be, then you better help everybody feel along. And speaking of that, I just was talking to sixth grade about this sort of stuff. Um, we had a eighth grade student who had been in school somewhere else and came to WTMS and said that the school culture was a lot different. Some of it was about dating, but there was kind of a, she said that when people were mean at her old school, everyone supported the other kid, and it just kind of stopped pretty quick. And they just let people know that wasn't okay. Sounds like they were full of upstanders. She said that here, it felt like there's more of a culture of secrecy. That if people see stuff, they look the other way, and they worried about, being labeled something. We got to get at it. We got to get rid of that. Okay, you guys have a year plus left here. I hope you can be part of changing the feeling that yes, we all belong and we all look out for each other. Okay, and we're not shouldn't be worried about repercussions if you ask people for help. So that's my spiel today. So on to funner matters. Pride Week is coming up next week. Should be fun. You guys have a chance to get your first ever Pride Week win based on these things that are going on. So you guys should remember how it works, even though last year's was kind of abbreviated and odd because of COVID on the way. We're back to the year anniversary of that. So remember, you get points for the percentage of people in your homeroom that dress up for that day. There's daily winners within the grade for homeroom, but then overall for the week, you're competing against grade levels for a pretty big or a pretty big prize. So Monday is Roots Pride. This could encapsulate something from your family to wear, like your parents' old clothes or ancestors, or if you have an aspect of your culture that you want to celebrate, please do so. This is an old favorite, but it's always gone pretty well, and it's one of my personal favorites to see you guys just kind of express your pride and where you come from. Okay, the lunchtime scavenger hunt will be Monday, and your homeroom teachers have a spreadsheet that they're going to need to enter volunteers. So I need one from each homeroom for each contest. So remind them today, hey, I want to do this scavenger hunt. We need to be smart. You need to be able to move a little bit. I'm going to make it pretty challenging. Should be fun. Tuesday, student council did a great job helping me plan this year, and we were looking for something new and different. But I'm the killjoy who said, like people have to actually be able to dress up. We don't want something really niche that only a few people know. So jammies are always a popular choice, and I thought, you know what? Our hashtag doesn't have anything to do with pride. Our pride is just the fact that we've got through this thing and we're on the tail end of it, and we're very close to, I think really beating it within the next few months, hopefully. So why don't you wear your favorite jammies, sweats, whatever it is, and deserve or get some well-deserved chill time on Tuesday. And Tuesday's lunch contest, good thing will be comfy because it's a Just Dance challenge with the Just Dance video game that will project in pod, and you've got to follow the moves a little bit. What was I going to say about this? Jammies. Oh, to qualify, when we have people go by and count dress up, I don't think this happens a lot, but if they look at you and nothing seems out of the ordinary that you just wear, like, hey, my roots are my ancestors like the color black, then that's not how it works. Okay. It needs to be clear that you participated. All right. That it's something out of the ordinary realm. So if you wear sweats every single day, you got to wear something else. Okay. To show that you're participating in the hashtag we deserve some chill time. Wednesday. Another one that we've done before, but I think it's great because it allows you really to express pride in yourself. Yes, you're showing I got pride in my team, my band, my favorite YouTube channel, my favorite book or book character. But those likes and those things that you're passionate about are part of what make you you. And so you are showing your own unique pride in yourself. So Fan Pride Wednesday, and we need some singers to volunteer because we'll be doing a karaoke contest. I'm going to put together a panel of judges to see who the best job is, and that should be fun. Thursday. Thursday normally would have been our big pep assembly, but not quite ready to do that with all 350 of you in a small space. But we will be wearing our brand new Beaver Pride shirts. That should be coming soon. It's again a free phone day in the hallways and at lunch. And we want you to have that to take pictures, post things about hashtag Beaver Pride, use that. What do you take pride in about our school or your friends, whatever it might be. During class time, totally up to the teacher if phones are out or if they're in your pocket. Okay. And if they're in your pocket and you don't listen to their respect and respect their wishes, that phone may end up getting taken from you. So free phone day with some respect. Lunchtime contest. We will once again put together a mixed sport skill challenge. We'll need some soccer players, basketball players, probably some volleyball skills. So that's Pride Week, guys. Should be fun. Starts Monday, and I hope you guys participate. And I really hope that because you need the fun, we need to participate. But maybe winning could motivate you. I know you have some competitive people in your grade, and the 8th grade is feeling pretty confident that they're going to win again. So I wonder what you guys think about that. Okay, lesson for today. Still talking about our final unit, managing relationships and peer conflicts. Last week, we talked about conflicts or disagreements and why they might escalate. You might jump to conclusions or assume people's bad intentions or not manage your emotions or involve others. When you start telling other people it blows up, those are all reasons that they escalate. Today, we're trying to talk about keeping your cool if they do happen to escalate and you not being the one who escalates them. All right. So let's switch over to the not sources of strength, whatever this program is that we're doing. Second step, sorry, it's still early, and talk about keeping your cool in a conflict. In this lesson, we'll explore how using emotion management strategies can prevent a conflict from escalating for sure. Warm up, think, please do, about a time when you weren't able to control your emotions in a conflict. How do you know that you weren't able to control your emotions? Well, you probably raised your voice, said something you regret. And what did you do or say? What happened as a result? I tell you guys before my story of headbutting the mirror when I had lost a wrestling match, but that's not necessarily a conflict. I'm thinking now about conflicts and when I didn't lose my cool. Okay, I got one. I'm not going to tell you, but I got one. Okay. What did I do or say? Yeah, not good. Those are the things that didn't happen. So hopefully you can think of a scenario in your head too. So discussion, a couple times in this lesson, it writes like you have a worksheet in front of you, but we don't do that. So if you have your agenda or notes, you're fine too, but we want to remember things. So once you understand the science of these things often, I think second step does a good job of that. So emotions are flooding your zone. They're coming into your brain, whether it's anger, sadness, fear, anything that's kind of strong or potentially overpowering. What's going on in your brain? Well, the amygdala, which is kind of the emotional center, a strong emotion automatically sets off a feelings alarm, almost like there's a blast inside your head that wants to take all of your attention. the cortex or thinking part of your brain slows down. So as this thing is just blaring and throbbing and trying to take control, this thing automatically sort of shuts off for a second. Okay, you don't have that. It's again sort of a biological flight or fight mechanism that we've had in humanity for a long time. So what to do about it? We have taught you these before, so maybe you can think of some. Maybe you have some that work for you. So maybe you can recognize that, and that's the first step. Like, whoa, I need to calm down. Strategies. First off, recognize it, okay, and feel that coming on. That's just knowing yourself. Walking away is one of the best. Just remove yourself from the situation. I dealt with a kid years ago who couldn't because they were on a confined bus and they were getting frustrated. And they said this was their preferred strategy. So what could they have done? Count, slow their breathing, try to reframe. Okay, oh, this person, they did this against me. I gotta get them, reframe it. Okay, maybe they had no ill will against you, and then positive self-talk. Those are all good strategies that you could use. Once you look at that list and think about if you had to choose which one is best for you. And I know some of you guys are like, whatever, either you're not listening or you think I don't need these, but you need to have a go-to strategy for sure. Here's some scenarios. Troy and Jenny. I think last week we talked maybe briefly about them. Troy and Jenny decided to work together on a science project. They agree on the task they each will do over the weekend, but on Monday, Troy says he wasn't able to do his task. Jenny is really upset. I bet you just went out and had fun while I stayed in and worked, she says. Troy got really angry. She didn't even ask why I couldn't do it. He says to himself, well, I do remember this. So at this point, they're both frustrated. Jenny sort of jumped to conclusions that can escalate, and Troy gets defensive. All right. It didn't have to necessarily go this way, even though Troy looks like didn't take part in what he should have. So, not with a partner, but choose an emotion management strategy for each of the students and describe why you chose it, how it could keep the conflict from escalating. So, Troy, Jenny. Troy could reframe unhelpful thoughts and just say, you know what, she's mad that I didn't do my part. I need to apologize and say I can do it better. Okay. Jenny may need to slow her breathing or count or just walk away for a second and know that we all get lazy sometimes and accusing and assuming about somebody doesn't help. So they've got, I don't know what would be best. We'd have to know them a bit more, but they've got some options for sure, right? Your turn. Jesse posted an unflattering photo of Zara on social media without her permission. Man, we need to have more lessons about stuff like this and proper use of phones. Zara is angry and humiliated. Let's see why we escalate. So here's sort of the first step, right? Zara's not feeling good. Escalation. Zara goes back at her, confronts Jesse at school. Jesse says she wasn't trying to hurt Zara's feelings. She just thought it was funny. Maybe think twice about that. Later that day, Jessie goes to her locker and finds several notes slipped inside calling her names and insulting her. Ooh, this sounds like something that I'll eventually hear about at school. Man, that is an escalation. I wonder who the notes are from. How should Jessie respond? Jessie was the one. Yeah. There's no apology in that. When you say, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. Well, you did, and you should understand why. And you should have some empathy because nobody likes to be embarrassed online. So, didn't we say somewhere in here that there were some magical words or something? I didn't even plan that, but yeah, say you're sorry. That would have maybe avoided the escalation. Think back to that conflict we talked about before. I'm going to think about mine. What strategy or strategies could you have used to keep your cool? For me, I think that, in mine, it would have been just probably breathing, walking away. You know what? I also reframe unhelpful thoughts as best I can. So, what's something that you could have done to avoid the negatives that come from, letting the amygdala take over your cerebral cortex? This is pretty cool. I'm going to try it. Having a short phrase we just say to ourselves during conflict can remind us to use our strategies. Choose a signal that would work for you and write it on your handout. You don't have to, and obviously this isn't for a grade, but it might be good. Okay, when you feel yourself saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm getting angry," or "I'm getting too afraid," or scared. Those are the same thing. Sad, whatever it might be. Just chill, slow down, hold on. It's not the same, but I'm working on being a better listener. Listen first, talk second. Habit 5, excuse me. And I just tell myself in my brain sometimes, listen, Don't just wait to talk. Listen. And it does help. So I do believe in these things. So try it out, especially if you are someone who feels like this is something you can work on, controlling your emotions. Even in sporting events, controlling your emotions are important. Maybe you miss a shot or things aren't going well. So hopefully you guys found something helpful today. It's good to talk to you on the actual day of pod, if not in person. Hope you guys have a good Tuesday. See you.